Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from Amcrest. This is their Pan Tilt Wi-Fi indoor security camera, and it supports Wi-Fi, Ethernet, Pan, Tilt, and Zoom. We're going to dig into this real quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is everything that you get once you get the Amcrest out of the box. Of course, you're going to get the main unit. We're going to set that to the side for now, show you everything else that comes with this. You do get some documentation here. You do get a month free of Amcrest Cloud. You do not need to use it. If you want to use it, you can. You can check for firmware on their website as well. As a quick start guide here, it's going to have some specifications and how to get set up with your mobile phone using the Amcrest app, which I will also show you. That app is available for iOS and Android devices. So hold on to it in case you do need to reference it. Now, the first cable we're going to look at is the Ethernet patch cable they do give you, because this camera is capable of wired Ethernet as well as Wi-Fi. So if you do want to wire your camera, you can definitely do that. They do give you some mounting hardware, and I do like this bracket because you can lock it into place. You can mount this on the ceiling or the wall, and then you have this little screw in that will screw into the bottom of the camera, and you can get pretty much any angle that you would like. You also get the screws and mounting hardware in this bag here. As you can see, there are the two screw holes, and you should be good to go to mount this anywhere you need to. Now for power, we've got a two-prong AC to a USB Type A power brick here, and this will just plug into any outlet. And you do get a very long cable here. It's a USB Type A to a micro USB, so it's not the newest USB Type-C, but the cable is extremely long, so if you're going to mount this somewhere and it's kind of far from the outlet, you're not going to have a problem because you have this nice long cable. Okay, so let's take a look at the Amcrest device itself. Now this is a 360 degree pan and tilt. You can see that if you focus everything up to the ceiling, you'll reveal this is where you can place your micro SD card, and it'll take up to 256 gigabytes for local storage, or you can use Amcrest Cloud Storage if you would like to. It's covered in a nice rubberized matte black texture there on the bottom. You've got 4 feet to keep in place if you're going to be using this on a desk or level surface, and then you have that hole in the middle there for the mounting bracket, making that very easy just to screw in and mount it any way you would like. Okay, so let's take a look at the back of the unit, and this is where you're going to see your plugins, and in the middle you're going to have a full Ethernet jack here for wired plug-in, so you do have that. There's a little LED on the right hand side that's going to show you the status of your camera, and then of course you're going to have that micro USB plug-in for power as well. If you flip this up a little bit and I'll kind of turn it, you can see that there's a speaker here, and there are also microphones for two-way communication as well. So you'll be able to hear what the camera hears, and you'll also be able to, through the app, talk to anybody through the camera as well. Okay, so you're going to need the Amcrest View Pro app, and you can get that for Android or for iOS. I have it for Android here, so we're going to fire this up on my S23 Ultra. Make sure that you're plugged in and ready to go on the camera. And to add a camera, you can just use the plus sign here. There are a bunch of other things that I will go over on this app, as you can see here, but let's get our camera set up real quickly. So just being able to add this, it's going to say add a device, and you're going to have 4 choices: Wi-Fi camera, PoE camera, DVR or NVR, or search device. We're going to do Wi-Fi camera, and then we're going to take the top one, which is the common and quickest Wi-Fi configuration setup, and they also have Ethernet Wi-Fi setup at the bottom if you're going to be doing wired. We're going to give it the permissions, and it's going to say make sure the camera's indicator light is blinking green, and then move the camera back and forth slowly to ensure the entire QR code is in the frame, or you can enter your serial number manually. Now there is a QR code on the bottom of the camera, but if we look at the back of the camera, on the bottom right of the back of the camera is the light that they're talking about, and we're going to make sure that it is blinking green, and it is. So we're going to continue here. Let us scan this QR code here. And it should be that quick, and it is. So there's your serial number, and you just continue here and click next. Now what it's going to do is going to tell you the default password and username is admin, and we're going to click next. You got to give your camera a name, of course. I'm going to call mine Office, I believe, and that's just a simple name to add to the camera so that it can tell you exactly where it is. It can be a location, it can be whatever name you would like, really. And I'm going to leave it at admin and admin for password for now. Now it's going to say most Amcrest cameras only connect via 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi networks, so you're going to make sure that your phone is connected to your 2.4 gigahertz network. This is pretty simple. Just go into Wi-Fi. I am connected to my 5 gigahertz network, so let's switch over to my 2.4 gigahertz network really quickly and make sure that we are on our 2.4 gigahertz network for the setup. Once you're done the setup, you can of course connect your phone back to your 5 gigahertz network or cellular, depending on what you use. Now it's going to ask you to input your Wi-Fi password, and once you do that, you're going to click next, and it's going to make these sounds. And those sounds are just when it's sending your Wi-Fi information and uploading that to the camera. So now your camera is on the Wi-Fi, and you can see that my camera is successfully connected. So I am good to go now, and I can disconnect from my Wi-Fi, view it from anywhere in the world. No big deal. I'm going to get Dr. Strange out here. He's usually the guy I use for camera tests like this. And then we're going to start up our live view and take a look at the app. Okay, so for first thing I'm going to look at is the upper left-hand corner where you have live view. Obviously, this is where you're going to view your camera. You do have playback, device manager, where you can manage your cameras, your saved files, your camera map, which is an interesting one here. Set markers on images that relate to the positioning of your camera, so you can check out all of that there. You do have your push notifications here, and configuring those, you can enable them, and once you enable these, you can do the push type, whether it'll be live view, the motion detection, smart motion detection for humans or vehicles, and all of that is set through here as well. So you'll get those smart notifications sent directly to whatever device you're using. You do have your app passcode configuration center, which we'll go into, and this is where you set all of your motion detection, audio detection, email alerts, video tamper, stream, alarm triggers, record schedule, modify your device password, date and time, and IP settings. So let's take a look at the main live view and the actual app. As you can see, there's a lot to set there. Okay, so when you're in live view, you've got a bunch of different things at the bottom here. The PTZ is going to be for swiping left or right to a pan, left or right, and then you can tilt up or down by swiping up or down. So very cool there. And as you can see, we've got a resolution button here where you can switch from HD to SD. Now it does take a few seconds. You can see I'm on SD now, so we're going to switch this over to HD, and we've got a really nice picture here. You can see the picture is really good. The colors are good. We've got a lot of other things down here below as well, such as a snapshot and recording, so I can take a single snapshot, and this will be saved to my files on the device that I'm viewing the camera on, and I can record video as well. Now, I've got mirror and flip here, so if I do that, a bunch of icons come up, and I can mirror or flip the image. So if it's mounted maybe upside down or something like that, and you need to get the correct image, you can do that as well. So it does just take a few seconds for it to kick in when you do hit the button. So just let that know. It kind of says, please wait on the screen there, and then you're good to go. So you can see I can flip and I can rotate as well. So really depending on what kind of positioning I have my camera in, this app will do it all for me. Now night vision is on or off. LED, this one doesn't have a built-in LED here, so it's not going to work for this device, like a flood light on the camera or anything like that, but we do have image adjustments, including our brightness, contrast, hue, and everything else. So if I want to raise the brightness, for instance, I can easily do that right here. No problems whatsoever. I can do the same with the contrast, the hue, and all of that as well. I do have a fisheye here, which is, this is for a fisheye device only. This particular device is a wide view, a 90%. Now this privacy mode is interesting. If you hit this button here, the camera will automatically point straight down so it can't see anything. You're not going to be able to see anything. Nobody's going to be able to hack in or look at your camera, so you've got a built-in privacy mode there. I've got auto track here, and you can see as soon as I moved my arm, it went to my arm, and as soon as I moved Dr. Strange, it went back to Dr. Strange. And you can see it's attempting to track me, and as I wave my arm around, it will try to track whatever is moving in the frame. So that is a really cool feature as well. The tracking works really well on this. Now flipping this into a landscape view, you can see we've got all of our landscape icons here. And one that I didn't go over was split view, which is the first icon on the left. And then next to that is a microphone and a speaker icon, because you do have two-way communication with this. So if you hold down the microphone, you can speak into your device or your phone or your tablet, and the sound will come out of the camera. And of course the speaker is so that you can hear everything that the camera hears as well. Now with split view, of course, you can have up to 4 different cameras. So if you do have extra cameras, you can view all 4 on the same screen. Of course, you have a night mode for up to 32 feet. So we're going to test night mode real quick by turning out all the lights and see what happens. Now you can see it takes a second for it to get into night mode, but once it's in night mode, it's not bad at all for what it needs to do. We're getting color night mode here. Does not seem to have any problems picking up anything. Now this isn't total night. As you can see, there's a little bit of daylight coming through those curtains there, but it still does a pretty decent job in night vision, so you have that up to 32 feet. So there you go. That's my review of the Amcrest Pan, Tilt, and Wi-Fi Indoor Security Camera IP4M-1041B. This is a very solid camera with a ton of different features. The auto tracking feature, the night mode, being able to pan and tilt, an app that actually works very well and has a ton of different features, as you saw from this video. If you're looking for an indoor security camera, then you might want to put this Amcrest on your short list of ones to check out. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.